It is my great pleasure to introduce Sara Kate Ellis, a class of 2011 Lambda Fellow in Genre Fiction.
I'm going to be reading an excerpt from a story called Moondoll, which is about a woman with a very, very literal addiction to trashy cinema. Disappointment settled over her as I opened the door, but at least she brought the stuff. It was tucked at the bottom of a shopping bag, a stack of slim canisters hidden beneath a cheese wheel and some walnuts. A lot of space, she said, looking around. You selling or subletting? Neither. I gestured to a blanket I'd folded up to cushion the floor and glanced at the bag a little too eagerly. I think I've got a couple of plates left, and if we're lucky, a butter knife. Almost got assaulted with a butter knife once, she said. Oh? Guy pulled it on us when a friend and I were hitchhiking out to Camp Crystal Lake. We screamed for about a second, and then my friend said, "Wait a minute, that's a fucking butter knife." He got out of the car. I kneeled and placed the plate at her side. It was quality cheese, crumbly Stilton with ribbons like toothpaste. She probably jacked it from one of those glossy comedies they like to set in Pasadena. Food was the easiest thing to take. She looked at it absently and said, "So you really want the nude on the moon?" "I wouldn't have called you if I didn't, Sheila." I did a twirl on one foot, singing as my shoe squeaked against the faux hardwood floor. "I'm mooning over my moon doll." They play badminton topless up there. You ever try it? No, and I'm in no hurry to partake. She took a disdainful little pull of her wine, and I wanted to laugh right there and then. The rumor around dealing circles was that Sheila Beltran was more hoarder than connoisseur, mostly of educational stock footage and the rushes from TV movies of the week. That she couldn't tell her Vertigo from her Michael Bay, however, didn't stop her from thinking she was Pauline Kael. "It's really low grade," she said, giving me a lawyer face. "You know the risks with that." "I do. The stock's deteriorated, hardly watchable if you spool it up, and if you drop it, you might not get to the moon with your moon dolls. You might end up in some hell motel or prancing half naked around an aging Joan Fontaine in a pair of staghorns. Happened to me once." She shuddered. But I didn't mind. I never could fit into the blockbusters. The first time I dropped a frame, I could feel the perforations stamp new papilli into my tongue, taste the vinegar and the acetate as the world began to melt. I woke splayed out on a bench in Central Park, my shoes barely visible under clumps of soft, wet leaves. And there they were, the woman beautiful, the man horse-faced and utterly unfunny. They were hemming and hawing over this unspoken passion of theirs, which in her case was total bullshit. So I started over toward them. I knew most of their lines from a long, dull summer at the Cineplex, and I thought I'd mess with them a little, see what would happen. Wouldn't try that if I were you. I turned around. It was this kid from school, the one with the long scar on his chin. I'd seen him lurking around the faculty lot in the same ratty windbreaker day after day. Everyone said he was sniffing gas. "Mess with them and you'll screw everything up," he said, flicking quotes with his fingers. "It's the love of a good woman for a man that makes this world go round, see?" "That's pretty cliche of you, Charlie." I jammed my hands in my pockets and turned back to the girl. "I'm just quoting a poster. It makes no sense to see a girl like that going gaga over some fool, but everything's weighted on them getting together and people believing it could happen. Clap your hands and shit. And don't call me Charlie. Ain't that your name?" "Yeah," I said, "but I don't like it."